Right, we've got a UU here against, well, Zai Kore again, but yeah, it's hard to find fun UU battles, and this is a new team, and I lead with my Hui-Chi, but of course he has to have a water lead that I can't touch. So I got my shift tree since I resist the water move and is immune to psychic, and he goes out to this Dodrio, and my energy ball gets a special defense drop, totally irrelevant. And now I go to my physical wall, my "You are too slow" aka Sonic Taunt. And yeah, I'm a big fan of Sonic, and he sends out this thing. I have no idea what he wants to do except for, substitute focus punch, return sucker punch, and I don't think he can do too much to me since I am a physical wall. But then he aqua tails. I did not see that coming at all, and I thought it would do a lot, but it really didn't do too much to be worried about. And he stays in for some really random reason and starts to outrage. And I was predicting a switch to Dodrio, so I went with a rock slide, and annoyingly it survived. So I earthquake it again, just to get the ensured KO since he can't switch anyway. And now my Sand Slash is brought down to about a third, and I'm really freaked out now since there's like nothing on this team that can counter a Dodrio outside of Sand Slash, and he's very low on health. So he sends out this thing again, and I don't want to switch because I don't want him to get a free sub. But turns out he avalanches instead, which is so fail. And I did not see that coming at all, and that's the thing with Zai Kore. You just cannot expect standard stuff from him. He is so awesome, and I just stay in and keep earthquaking because I know at some point he will set up a substitute, and I don't want to give him a free sub. And besides, even if I switch, I'll be risking something, and my earthquake fails to break the freaking sub. Like, what the hell? And he returns, and well, Sand Slash is a beast, but not beast enough to take a critical hit from an avalanche, and it goes down. So that Regigigas is looking really scary, so I sent out my Hui-Chi just to flare bits it off and KO, since I don't think he would switch, and I was expecting it to KO, and it freaking didn't. And I'm thinking, what the hell? That's not supposed to happen. Why did you survive? And because I failed to KO it, he is able to Thunder Wave me and get over his slow start, which is totally irrelevant since the next rabbit is KO'd it anyway. So he sends out this ugly duckling again, and I predict him to predict a switch to my shift tree and go with an ice beam. So I got my Glaceon, and turns out he ice punches. Yeah, only cool people use physical Golduck, and I ice beam predicting a switch, and it did a whole chunk anyway, so I'm not too worried. And here he sends out this Dodrio as a death fodder, and I was so happy he did that because that Dodrio is such a big threat to my team. And he sends out this Golduck again, and he told me that other than Ice Punch, he had something else to hit Shift Tree super effectively. So I'm thinking he has Brick Break, and I go out to my Venusaur to resist that, and turns out he cross chops, and I'm predicting him so well here. So I least see the incoming Jinx, and I'm thinking he's gonna sub Kalmai, so I go with a Sludge Bomb, and turns out he tricks instead. We were both thinking I'm gonna be locked into Leech Seed, but I'm not, and I was able to get a Spec Sludge Bomb off. And here I didn't want to predict too much because if I switch, one of my pokes could potentially get KO'd, and my Venusaur is pretty much useless anyways, got choice specs on it. And now out comes a Machamp in a UU match, and I was like, dude, what the hell? And I Sludge Bomb, surprisingly I outspared it, which is LOL, and he Fire Blasts, and that didn't do too much. I expected that, and well, it told me it's a purely special version of Machamp because he was like, screw Smoggle and LOL, and he requested a rematch immediately on MSN without our teams changing at all. So yeah, I have reconnect to Wi-Fi, and yeah, here we go. It's a rematch with the same team, so we can predict each other very well. And here, I switch out to my Venusaur since it resists two of the three moves that I've seen so far. And turns out he waterfalls, and yeah, epic predictions. Like, as he would say, epic predictions. And he goes out to that bird assassin, I think. And I toxic whatever it wants to come in because I know everything on his team gets hit by toxic, and he pursues expecting me to switch, and I was thinking that he would drill pack me expecting a switch to Sand Slash, and I stay in because I knew he'd over predict or something like that. And now I know a poison's gonna finish him off, so I protect, and it does that. So this Jinx comes out again. I have absolutely no idea what he wants to do outside of Trick, so I stay in, and he blizzards, and then even a choice specs blizzard and gets a crit. That's like overkill, and now I know he's locked into blizzard. He's not gonna be able to touch Glaceon at all. So I go with an Ice Beam because it's so damn obvious he's gonna switch, and he goes out to this low topless female Machamp, which is like inappropriate. And here I was thinking of actually I did switch. Predicting a Fire Blast, I go to my Hui-Chi, but he Focus Blasted instead, and I was hoping he didn't do that because this team has serious fighting issues once Venusaur is gone. And that Step Focus Blast did that, and I was like laughing. This is like LOL team, and well, I overheat because I didn't want to take too much recoil. I don't have that kind of health to spare, and he may or may not switch, so I go with an overheat. So here I got to my physical wall despite being weak to two of its three attacks, and I set up my Stealth Rocks because Stealth Rocks are useful. And here I didn't know what it wants to do again, Blizzard or maybe predict a switch to my Glaceon and Focus Blast. He does the latter, and well, guess what, he gets a... Did he get a crit? I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. So anyway, I sent out my Hui-Chi, and for some reason I had the courage to go for Flare Blitz, and he stays in, and we both died. So the field is empty. We have to send out our leads because LOL Smogon, but my lead is dead and his lead, I don't know why he didn't send it out. Maybe he's dead. Maybe. So I got to my Smaxius thing on my team since my lead is dead, and I Ice Beam because that's the best thing I can do, and he Thunder Waves me, and I was like, lol, I have no speed, Thunder Waves, so what? But he will outspeed me once I've been paralyzed, and he goes out to this stupid duck, and well, like I said, this team has serious fighting issues once Venusaur is gone, and so I stay in just as a death fodder, regrettably. And his cross chop missed. I was still laughing like hell, and my Ice Beam gets a crit. I'm not sure if that mattered or not, but so he Focus Blasts, and I'm hoping I can survive it, and I do. That Machamp is like so funny yet so fail. So it dies, and now out comes this Machamp. Kangaskha, an excellent mother, and I stay in an Ice Beam since, like, you know, I'm at so low, I'm paralyzed. It's not gonna be of much use anymore. There's no point in switching since he could get away with a free sub, and that's exactly what he does, and he eventually kills Glaceon. So I sent in my Broom just hoping I was faster, Dark Pulse, and get, you know, just to see what it would do, maybe get a flinch hex, but I'm slower. So he returns here and gets a crit. I'm not sure if it mattered or not. It probably didn't matter. I went for a nasty plot anyway. So I sent out my Ginger Stick and I return it, and well, he only has that LOL Smogon left, which takes Stealth Rock, and he said that Stealth Rock saved me, but I don't really think so, since this is like, you know, banded, stab, return, it's gonna hurt. So I win with an epic 1-0. So yeah, good games, Zycor. We'll have an OU match later. Goodbye.